Hey everyone, it's Gary here from Lifpedia, and today I'd like to talk about this nagging pain that I get at the back of my Achilles, right over here. So recently I've decided to sign up for a marathon after about 6 years of not running at all, unless of course it's to save burning children. And so after about 5 to 10 minutes into my run, I get this dull localized ache at the bottom of my Achilles, and it sort of lingers there until I stop running. It settles quite well. However, the next morning when I go to get out of bed, it is the stiffest part of my body. It is the second stiffest part of my body when I try to get out of bed. I know I have what's politically correctly known as acute reactive Achilles tendinopathy, but it's also known as tendinitis and tenosynovitis. And honestly, they're all the same thing. And the good news is that the rehab is the same for all of them as well. What it is, in summary, is failure for the tendon to cope with the load. And the two most important things to consider when guiding a rehab program is load management and avoiding compressive forces in the acute early phases. Today, we're purely focusing on load management, which is controlling and managing the amount of stress you put your tendons through. Tendons, like a racist grandmother, don't like change. And if you've gone from sitting down throughout most of the day to suddenly walking an hour every night after work, or like me, if you haven't run for 6 years and you're suddenly marathon training, that's a drastic change in load that your tendons have to adapt to. The key is a slow, progressive change in load over time. As a runner, you can decrease the amount of load you put your tendons through by slowing down your pace or shortening the duration of your runs. Then you can use indicators such as the amount of time it takes before the initial onset of pain, or the amount of stiffness or pain you have the next morning after a run, to help guide the amount of load that's appropriate for your tendons. In addition to that, a physiotherapist can test your strength, endurance, and running technique to help identify any deficiencies in your kinetic chain, which are weaknesses that might contribute to extra load or stress on your tendons. It's been well documented that people with tendon pain tend to have shorter stride lengths and longer double support phase, which is the amount of time when both feet are making contact with the ground when you're walking. There are other techniques such as changing a running technique, anti-inflammatory medications, massage, stretching, changing running surfaces, avoiding inclines and declines, and foot and shoe support. But honestly, these are the other things to possibly try after you've considered load management. Good luck to all of you who have the same problem as me. It's a lengthy process and there's no instant fix. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.